Hello my friends and welcome back to the feature match area here at GP Liverpool. My name's Riley Knight and I'll be your steady hand on the tiller as we get underway with our final round of Swiss here at GP Liverpool. The format is Team Unified Modern, and joining me my good friend and colleague, the Hall of Famer Raphael Levy out of France. Raf, it's great to have you along for this round.
Happy to be here too.
And we're looking at, you explained the standings briefly before we got underway with this round, but this is reasonably close to a win and in here.
So this is table 2. Table 1 drew. Table 1 ID'd.
They're locked in.
Table 1 are locked in.
Yep.
Table 2, they are at 33 points. If they both draw, if on table 3, the team at 33 wins, one of them is out. So a draw is not really something you want to do.
Playing with fire.
You want to have your fate in your hands. However, if on table 3 the team at 33 points loses, they can actually draw. So I'm pretty sure we have a team of people around that table to make sure that they are not aware of what happens at table 3. So the result at table 3 does not.
All right, well, we'll see how things shake out. I personally don't have the number-focused mind, the razor-sharp mind of people like you and Frank to help me understand exactly how this works. But I do recognize some big, beefy humans when I see them. And there is a lot of beef in this cheeseburger here. Look at this, Champion of the Parish rumbling in for 5. And Thalia's Lieutenant across for 3 as well. Big attack. And we'll see what Marty wants to do about it here. On spirits, there's been a bit of debate as to which of these Ether Vial, Cavern of Souls, Noble Hierarch decks is the best one. And for me, the results are inconclusive. Raph, do you have a take?
I think spirits is better. That's my take.
All right.
Well, what is yours?
I've got no idea.
Okay.
I've got no idea. I'm not smart enough to know the answer to that. But right now, it looks like humans, certainly based on the evidence we have in front of us, humans is definitely the better the better deck, because at the moment it is welcome to Pound Town here with Ricardo Sanchez, the Lord Mayor of the incorporated city of Beating Your Face In right now. Look at these huge creatures that are getting it done here. Although Spirits is able to play an instant speed game, we could see something like a Collected Company in addition to that Ether Vial activation this turn. So we'll see if Marty can turn the tables here.
5 cards in hand on Ricardo's side of the table. He might want to play his meddling mage now, on just to trigger the Collected Company. Nope, he decided not to.
Mantis Rider here. In response, let's see if we can get a Spell Queller happening here. Now,
either way, that triggered the company.
Spinning the wheel a little bit, of course, here, because we had a Spell Queller in hand for Marty, but I think he's found another one off the top. So that's a nice one here for him.
Spell Queller and Reflector Mage would be really nice here.
It'd be huge, right? Reset that Champion of the Parish or just kill that
Lieutenant.
That Lieutenant there in the form of the
Lieutenant. Yeah. There's a lot of choices here.
So Drog Skull Captain, pick number 1. Double Drog Skull? So it's usually fantastic, right? But playing from behind here, it's not the best. A Reflector Mage as well, an option I think I saw there.
So the Mantis Rider is going to resolve, and both Champion of the Parish and Thalia's Lieutenants, not both, but like all 3 of them, are going to get the boost.
So here's the Reflector Mage targeting Champion of the Parish. Of course, that Reflector Mage would be a Shriekmaw, or for our French viewers, an Erigueur, against the Thalia's Lieutenant Phantasmal Image there, but opting to get rid of that champion, as it was, of course, a 5/5. Reset it back to a 1/1 in the hand of Sanchez. In they come. Mantis Rider and the Lieutenant getting busy. 7 damage. And we're going to see a double block now on the Thalia's Lieutenant, perhaps.
Yeah, last turn, did Marty just chump block last turn?
Yeah, didn't take any damage after the chump block.
Wouldn't have the Celestial Spirit be better in would have been better here?
I guess so.
Just to
Supreme Phantom off the top now for
man.
Marty.
That's a little...
Little dagger there. He
Yeah.
would have much preferred to have that, of course, when his Ether Vial was on 2. But as it goes, it's a handful of 3 drops now, which is going to be good. He's going to be able to put 6 mana worth of creatures into play right now. And you know, that's no joke. Spell Queller, in addition to, I think, a Reflector Mage in hand. So that's going to be a nice interactive turn. And this is one of the things that really sets Spirit apart, is their top-quality creature-based interaction here.
Yeah, the Reflector Mage of the Ether Vial is going to be great. Spell Queller here.
3 mana.
It's a double beef burger. It's not... It's more like a...
It's well,
just
what has happened here,
simple
Raph?
hamburger. No?
I'll break this down for you. What has happened here is Ricardo Sanchez at first was, you know, it was one of those ads for the fast food where it's all juicy and delicious. It's got,
Yeah.
you know, sauce dripping on the side of it, cheese, like it looks amazing, right? And now that the Champion of the Parish is coming back down, now it's actually the reality of going into that fast food place, ordering the product you've seen advertised, and getting a weak, limp, and lifeless bit of sugary bread and processed meat. And that's what that Champion of the Parish is right now. Just a 1/1. Never happy to get that. But a Meddling Mage might change things here. Let's see if Marty has a response to this. Please wait. Your call is important to us, and we will attend to it as soon as possible. Please wait. So it looks like we've got a judge involved now, having a discussion about exactly how this all works here. So we've got...
I'm not sure what's going on.
well, the Reflector Mage bounced the Champion of the Parish, right?
Yes.
And it's been 2 turns since then, correct?
That was on Ricardo's last turn.
Yeah. Yeah, so but it says until your next turn, and Marty has already had his next turn.
So
If you cast a Reflector Mage in your opponent's turn, they can cast it... I'm pretty sure they can cast it the next turn. I'm very ready to be wrong about that. Reflector Mage says, return target creature to its controller's hand. That creature's owner can't cast spells with the same name as that creature until your next turn.
Yeah. No,
So
he can't. So that's why I'm saying
yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on.
He's already had his next turn. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good. So Spell Queller, exiling Meddling Mage
Mhm.
on the stack.
So it doesn't
And no
even
attacks.
come into play. And now things are looking pretty good for Marty here. He's stabilized marvelously on 20 as well. He was under a lot of pressure early on, but right now, rather anemic board for Ricardo Sanchez.
Yeah, fast food industry is not what it used to be.
Yeah, millennials are destroying the fast food industry with their artisan avocado burgers.
Is this one going to attack into a 3/3 lieutenant? No.
Now we're going to see a Supreme Phantom to begin with. And Marty ships. That's the end of that turn. All right, so in hand, Geist of Sane Trap can start applying some pressure at some point.
Yeah, I guess the Spell Queller could have attack here for...
And it looks like Sanchez may be conferring. Okay, we got big rig. We got the large rig. Neil Rigby there. Spot of duty in the feature match area, keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, Spell Queller could have attacked for 4 damage here without much...
Without any consequence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Juiced up by the Supreme Phantom. But as it is,
Double Hierarch.
not the way that it goes. So in hand for Sanchez, double Mantis Rider, but another Spell Queller to get rid of this flying little bugski here. Also in hand for Sanchez, a Phantasmal Image, another Mantis Rider as well, and I think that's a Reflector Mage.
Like the only reason you would keep the Spell Queller in defense to block the Mantis Rider, but he had a Spell Queller to counter it, to exile it anyway. So
bit of missed damage there for Marty as he rearranges the flowers in his garden.
It's not going to matter too much because now he's pretty much in control. And what is this? Another Spell Queller?
Oh, wow, look at this. The spiciest of pepperoni off the top of the deck here for Bernat Marty as he goes from strength to strength. And we're going to see more power committed to the board here in the form of a Geist of St. Traft. That fella getting in for 6, of course. And Sanchez doesn't really have anything to do. A Noble Hierarch can be added to the board.
It's a little messy on the...
Yeah, his flower
The
pots have
spirit
kind of
side.
been messed up. There's been cats tromping through the garden, knocking over the flower pots and generally causing havoc. But what can Sanchez do? I mean, in the face of that spell queller, he's just being slowly but surely ground out of the game.
So I guess the life totals just changed, right? He was not at 7 for a long time.
I was very unsure when I saw that as well. I with the chump block from before, there's a spell queller as well. That's going to wrap that one up. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day, Raf. The life total's a little bit confusing, but ultimately, Bernard Marty with 500,000 copies of Spell Queller was able to end things more or less on the spot. That's that.
The humans look big at first.
Yep.
But the spirits, they deliver all the time.
Yep, that's it. Yep. Take a big bite of those that human deck, and all of a sudden you realise it's just full of air. I think
not like spirits.
Not like spirits. No. That's 100% homegrown Aussie beef. In any case, we move over now to our middle table. Now Iris on Is It Phoenix? Very much the analogue of the Is It Drake deck in standard here with Arclight Phoenix. And KCI in the hands of Sergio Garcia. We've seen a lot of KCI, as we discussed, Raf. Hasn't really been... it's been flying under the radar online just because it's hell on earth to play on Magic Online, just because of the sheer number of clicks. I mean, you just go through so many mice. You have to have spare mice to plug into your computer just to get all the clicks going. I find it useful to connect 2 mice to use them both at the same time.
Freaking flyer.
Yeah.
Mileage for the the mouse.
The mouse. Yep. That's it. And the Spine of Ishtar is now pretty standard technology in all these KCI lists. Just a nice answer to any problematic permanent.
To anything.
Anything whatsoever.
And when the thing is a thing in the ice, it's even better. Sounds even better.
Well, I still want to see Surgical Extraction targeting Spine of Ishtar. Yeah. That's the play that I want to see. Looks like the Great Wall of China. Look at it. Ishtar had a very long spine. It'd take quite a skilled doctor to extract that spine, I imagine.
Maybe a lot of workers, actually. Oh, yeah, spinal graft.
And then spinal grafted onto something else. Fantastic.
Oh, you put it back, yeah.
Yeah, put it back in someone else. The Spine of Ishtar. It'd probably stick out the top and the bottom a little bit, though. It's very, very big. You end up having a little tail. So here, Aris, considering his next move, looks like he's discarding to a Faithless Looting right now, after having cast a Thought Scour. Any Phoenixes in the bin? Yeah. I don't see any. That looks like a Jace Vryn's Prodigy, though, there. Or is that just a thing in the ice, perhaps?
They are. Some of them are running the Baby Jace.
Baby Jace?
Yeah.
I think it's a thing in the ice. Another Faithless Looting here. Garcia says, you got it, my friend. And in hand, Remand. Double Remand, even. Pyromaster Ascension. Or Pyromancer Ascension? Pyromancer. Of course. How can you ascend when you're already a Pyromaster? Pyro Grandmaster? Pyro Top 500? Doesn't quite work.
Top 32.
Yeah. So now, discarding this Faithless Looting here. And it's back now to Sergio Garcia. These guys still deep into game 1 here. Carlos Morale got up and about on our first table here against Mark Pages. Look at that, the reverse mirror. We've got Is It against KCI on this table, and on the back, KCI versus Is It. And then Spirits versus Humans. This is something that we've seen pretty typically across the tournament. There's always been an Ancient Stirrings list in more or less every successful partnership here. And then a Spirits or a Humans list. And then in between them, kind of whatever. It's the wild card choice here. As we see, Inventor's Fair. Cancelled. Sacrificed. To make room for something else. The roller coaster is closed, Raf. Please make your way off the Gravitron and exit through the gift shop in an orderly fashion. Here's a Scrap Trawler.
Yeah, one team chose Spirits. The other one chose Humans for the Ether Vial deck.
And the debate rages on as to which one is better. And as this one is going a little slower, we may actually head over back to our other table here. See what's going on as KCI can be a little glacial sometimes, and we're sure to get some action from this Noble Hierarch mirror. Good start for Sanchez with a turn 1 Ether Vial and a Kitesail Freebooter. Maybe disrupt the opposing hand. Nope. Read 'em and weep, buddy. All creatures, all lands. Too easy.
That's poor man's spirit. A 1/2 flyer too.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, it's not doing a whole lot here.
And when you have to pay for it,
Ugh. Yeah, she's not booting away too much free stuff this time. It's like in Modern, I love to keep 7 landers against Thoughtseize decks.
Yeah.
Makes them feel very foolish. Very foolish indeed, Raf. You don't win a lot of games, but the moral victory is almost certainly yours. Noble Hierarch, a decent start for Marty as well. We'll see if he can deploy one of those 3 drops on turn number 2 to be a nice one, especially something like a Geist of Saint Traft. Good bit of pressure early on. Reflector Mage, not a great card in this situation here.
Geist Saint Traft is not the high maker that it is against blue-white control, for example, because humans has, well, blockers.
Yeah.
So if you have creatures to back them up, to back the Geist and the Angel, especially the Geist, then that's much better.
Yeah.
But humans has ways to interact with Geist by just blocking.
Yes, and this is the thing, right? The Geist of Saint Traft has to have a clear path.
Yeah.
A 2/2 for 3 is not a great rate, even if it does have a 4/4 little friendo every now and again.
Oh,
Not
like
when it counts, though, Raf.
with Hierarch, it gets
Oh, yeah.
the pump.
Yeah, that's true. It's a little bit better. A little bit better indeed. So, Marty here, going to go hunting with this Flooded Strand. No play from him so far. He's going to need to do something. Because Sanchez now, with 3 mana and an Ether Vial on 2, is threatening to start to dump some serious action onto the board here. So let's see what Marty's cooking up. Nope, just a tapped Hallowed Fountain, so nothing. No play on turn 2 at this stage. What do you think of that, Raf? It's a little risky to play a game of Magic that way.
So what were his options?
I think he had a 3-drop in hand, but it was only Reflector Mage. I mean, I would just play the Geist, right?
But didn't he have a Spell Queller in hand?
Yeah.
But in the face of Ether Vial.
Yeah. Oh, and a Meddling Mage. That's a nice one here for Sanchez. What's he going to name?
I think he's going to name Reflector Mage.
Yeah. Just take the 2 out of, effectively take the 2 out of Marty's hand there. Nice one. I like that.
Then he won't be able to play his own, but he has another Vial, so
yeah, you can just plop them into
cheat
play.
Cheat them into play.
Chris Pakula. Those meddling fingers once again. Did you see the clip of him from a recent SCG tournament?
No, I haven't.
So Chris Pakula himself had 2 copies of Meddling Mage, one naming Sleight of Hand, the other naming Faithless Looting, and his opponent revealed his hand to concede, which had 2 copies of Sleight of Hand and 1 copy of Faithless Looting.
Nice.
And after the handshake, Pakula, out of his bag, got a playmat with Meddling Mage art on it and waved it in his face. It was some of the most savage BM you are likely to see, my friends. Here's another Kitesail Freebooter, and things have got a little bit better this time around with that Worship now in hand for Bernat Marty. And Marty is having a read of the card, and yes, indeed, it doesn't say instant or sorcery, non-creature, non-land. And so away goes the Worship. Thalia's Lieutenant picking up a token or a counter thanks to the freebooter, and dishing out tokens as well, like a jolly Santa Claus here. And what do you want for Christmas, my girl? I'd like a +1/+1 counter. Lucky, because that's the only thing that Thalia's Lieutenant really has to give out. So,
how did the Lieutenant get a counter?
Because the Kitesail Freebooter came into play. It was with the Ether Vial. Stack the trigger. So play the Lieutenant. When it comes into play, it puts a +1/+1 counter on everything. In response to that trigger, put in the Kitesail Freebooter.
This way that works.
Yeah. It's hot. Hot technology. Hot off the presses. So now, back over to Ricardo Sanchez now. See if he's got another Santa Claus in hand here.
Yeah, it's not going to be like the first game where Spirits came back on top with with like a lot of power. Because now Marty does not have Aether Vial. He does not have mana to cast his collected companies. He's just falling behind at this point.
Further and further behind, and
Yep.
Aether Vial is only going to make that worse here for Marty as Sanchez continues to power on ahead. And in hand for him. Didn't get a good look at it. I think I saw a gold card there. But here's a... Oh, no. Oh, no. Spell Queller for no value.
Huh. All right. Well, if Ricardo does not have a
Look at this.
reinforcement,
Marty has 3 copies of Reflector Mage in hand. 3 copies.
all right. Well, I guess this is a way to get back.
Oh, man. So, Spellqueller, Mausoleum Wanderer, and a Drogskull Captain as well here. Phantasmal Image also working overtime, but just having 3 blank pieces of cardboard in your hand is such a beating here, Raph.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like Ricardo has what it takes to actually finish this game, because how is he going to attack into the double Drogskull Captains? And all of Marty's creatures are hexproof except for the Hierarch. No, you can't do that. No, wait, you can't play it. So you can't play the Reflector Mage.
Oh, he's cast a Reflector Mage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to back up here.
Yeah, you can't.
We can't cast a Reflector Mage. We need to stop. So we'll get a judge involved here before the match goes on too much further here.
Yeah, you can't play the up.
Because it's a symmetrical effect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this, the card cannot be cast.
Hopefully we can salvage this board
Cannot
state
be
here.
played.
So it looks like we should be able to reverse this this game state reasonably easily here. Judges there now taking care of the situation, as you can hear. So the Noble Hierarch obviously bounced by the Reflector Mage, and we may be able to salvage this board state without too much difficulty here.
The commentator booth, also known as the Watchtower.
The Watchtower.
The Watchtower.
The vigilant keepers of the truth.
Yeah, it's us.
That's us. I certainly have never got anything wrong.
Never.
Apart from all the times where I was dead wrong about stuff, I've never got anything wrong.
100% of the time you were right. You didn't have it wrong.
Every time I was right.
That's the booth.
That's us, the isolated Watchtower. It's a real pain in the bum climbing up all the stairs for each round, but hey, you know, Tail's not going to watch itself. All right, so instead a Noble Hierarch now as we back things up.
That was a nice trigger. Marty flipped the die.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah, of course.
Hey, fine.
Easy.
I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Let me do that for you.
And now a Misty Rainforest off the top. Again, 3 Reflector Mages in hand for Marty.
What's the last card?
Collector Company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's good. That's really good stuff here.
Yeah.
And already with double Drogskull Captain, of course, that's turning all of those threats in the Spirits list into real powerhouses here. See what Sanchez is up to. Another copy of Noble Hierarch. And Marty very generously ensuring that Sanchez doesn't forget those triggers. Love to see that kind of
collected
sportsmanship.
company is going to be huge.
Yeah.
How
lucky is this man? He picked up his deck, and the card that he wanted to fetch was exactly in the middle where he cut to. What a master. Oh, and that's what separates the good from the great, Raph. Able to pick up the exact point at which he wanted the card. That's unbelievable. Here's Collected Company now. Let's see if the top of his deck treats him as nicely as the middle of it did. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Is that a whipsky?
Oh,
no,
no,
it's
no,
the
no.
captain. Captain number 3.
Was it a captain or was it a... No, it was a Spellqueller. Spellqueller and Supreme Phantom.
And the Lord.
And...
so all the spirits have +3/+3 hexproof. So it's going to be finished in like one swing.
I feel like I didn't get a good look at that Collected Company. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I don't know that he picked up six cards.
I think he did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was 4 and then 2 more.
And then 2 more. All right. Yeah. Yeah, it was It was tricky to see exactly what happened there. Anyway, we move to blocks now. And these huge juiced up phantoms are going to jump in the way of the lieutenant here. Everything has +3/+3. Except for the lords themselves, and they're getting +2/+2.
And the Wanderer is +4/+4.
Oh, of course, because spirits have entered the battlefield. That's right.
Yeah.
No, 5/5, right? 2 spirits entered. It's huge. Anyway you slice
big,
it,
yeah.
it's a big ghosty boy. And Reflector Mage now coming into play thanks to Ether Vial, which of course is a way to circumvent the Reflector Mage. Oh, sorry, the Meddling Mage. Mages of all stripes here. And Noble Hierarch, number 2, the draw now for
So
Marty.
that's a lot of cards he can not play. Well, how many cards? 5? I can't cast any of them this turn.
Why can't he cast the Noble Hierarchs?
Because it's just been bounced back by
by the Reflector Mage, of course, yeah. So 5 cards. If you were playing this on Arena, none of them would be glowing.
Yeah.
So 5 blank cards
you would
in his
just
hand.
draw and the turn.
Yeah, the turn would end. You just draw a card and it goes straight to attacks.
I can't do anything, sorry. But no.
Geez, with 5 cards in hand, that's not really what you expect. I mean, Sanchez knows that he's got one of the, he knows he's got 2 Reflector Mages in hand. But the third one and the other Noble Hierarch, what a beating. What a beating. So, Kainso Freebooter exits, stage left, returning the worship to Marty's hand there.
It's a tricky part because Ricardo has a Nadavat in hand. That's why he's willing to give it up.
Give up the worship here. So Marty's going to take another point of damage to deploy a Noble Hierarch. Can't play anything else. Didn't want to keep that Spell Queller open here.
Ooh.
And a Lieutenant as well. Is that what I just saw? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So Reflector Mage number 2. Bounce the Noble Hierarch. And ships. All right, so an instant speed Thalia's Lieutenant threatening here.
This one works.
And a Path to Exile off the top now for Bernard Marty.
No, you can't do that. You can't. This is a little awkward. Let's play another Hierarch here. Nope. All these cards still can't be played. So another Lieutenant here. Oh, he has too many cards. He has to discard. Yep, one of the many Reflector Mages in hand. Yeah, with the 2 or 3 Hierarchs, the 3 Reflector Mages, the Worship he can't play. That's a lot of cards that were stuck in there. The Lieutenant can actually make a difference.
Well, big Anthem effect on the team is always going to be pretty good. Here's a Spell Queller. Coming to play as a billion, thanks to all the Lords in play. I've actually lost count how many there are now. +3/+3, is that still the world we're living in?
It's every other +3/+3.
Away goes the Misty Rainforest here.
So Marty's just willing to attack with everything, and just one shoot is his opponent, and his opponent has 1 untapped creature.
Slowly but surely building up that advantage. Here is the worship, but we saw before, of course, the fact that there's a Knight of Autumn in hand for Ricardo Sanchez. Here's another Ether Vial. And now back to Marty, who finds a Flooded Strand. His life total on 3.
Why didn't he play his Knight of Autumn end of turn to destroy worship?
Unsure.
I mean, if he had another 5,
maybe he's trying to tempt Marty into some kind of attack, and can
when Marty's attacking is dead. Ricardo's going to be dead.
All right.
Oh, unless he wants to gain the 4 life in response to dying. so it doesn't die.
Yeah, but then there needs to be a way to destroy that worship as well.
Yeah.
So at the
He
moment, just an
needs-
attack with the Spell Queller here. So attacking for 7.
I think he needs to move here. If Ricardo kills the worship now, destroys the worship now. Yeah, here we go.
So, Thales Lieutenant. Put a counter on the team.
Maybe he wants to bluff. Say, okay, I'm attacking. Oh, never mind.
Oh, have we got a win on the other table? This may have just been.
That's a very good Thales Lieutenant.
Hasn't even finished resolving the trigger while already going around and high-fiving everyone. And yeah, well, that one going out with a fizzle rather than a bang, unfortunately, on the table that we were looking at. As Is It Phoenix takes it out in 2-0 against Mark Pages.
So you know what that means?
Sergio Garcia also getting it done on KCI. So it's a clean sweep. A straight sets victory on the back tables there, unfortunately rendering our match there a wash. So that's the way that it goes for this round, ladies and gentlemen, round number 14. And we are one step closer to assembling our top 4. We expect the team that just won has probably made it.
Well, no, that team made it for sure. But
for sure.
What that means is a team at 30 points before the round will make it.
All right.
Yeah, so X and 3 will make it.
There will be one X and 3.
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
So it could be either... Ritzy Sanchez Ortiz, which has X and 2, X and 3 now. If they win, they will probably make it.
All right. All right. Well, we're going to keep a close eye on things, but right now we've got to go to a break. After these ads, we'll be back live from Liverpool to continue to discuss what's going on in the top 4 and, of course, bring you coverage of more Magic with some time walk matches. But right now, we're going to go to a break. We'll see you back here very soon.